One last little addition to the book of Thomas was the Gospel of Thomas. One of my favorite oxymorons is woe to the flesh that depends on the soul, and woe to the soul that depends on the flesh. And once again, we're out there in strange territory. Much of the teachings and the traditions of the Catholic Church, which was the only church until around the only major religion until around 1517, when Martin Luther created the Reformation, was the Catholic Church. And it's all built, its leadership is all built around the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 18. And I tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not overcome it. And in doing so, Jesus conferred leadership on Peter, which Paul really went after later on. But Peter took it seriously, and after Jesus passed, he had the first council of Jerusalem around almost 20 years after Jesus was crucified. And it was a forerunner to ecumenical councils. But the council decided that Gentile converts to Christianity didn't have to eat kosher, didn't have to perform Jewish rituals, and other things, even concerning circumcision of males. And that was very, very important. So we're going to talk about how Peter led the church. He didn't see himself as the Pope. The word papacy doesn't really come around to the 4th century. But he was the original one who wore the shoes of the fisherman as the vicar of Christ. But he found himself as being a facilitator of the Catholic religion when it was still, of Christianity, when it was still illegal. And as well as wearing the shoes of the fisherman, he also had the hat of a business end of a post hole digger, which I really love. So the church grew and grew while in Rome, but one of the main events that happened to the church, which gave it a lot of strength and ability to manage political affairs around the known world, was that in the about 330 A.D. there was a schism in the Roman rule, and all the power, military power, moved to the east, where Constantine took it over, and so Rome itself was becoming fallow and easily to be sacked, and the church raised money, became the de facto political head of Rome, the city-state, established the Vatican City, and gave it a revival known as the Carolingian Revival of Rome. And this lasted for quite a few centuries until there was a Leo III was on the throne about 768 A.D., and there was a guy called Pepin the Short in what is today called France, the Frank Empire, which included France and a lot of Germany, and they were worried about that Leo was going to be unseated because the papacy's military wasn't nearly as strong as it could have been. So they sent Pepin the Short's son, Charlemagne, Charles the Great, who made his way in a great campaign all the way from France to Rome and reestablished Leo III. And then he turned around and made Charlemagne the emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. So it was in 768 that 768 until around 800 AD that Charlemagne was the Holy Roman Emperor. And the Holy Roman Empire was ruled by the thoughts and the edicts, the bulls, the ecumenical councils, all the things, encyclicals from the Papacy. And that lasted for quite a while until there was a great schism in the Catholic Church. And the first one was when the Eastern Orthodox Church decided they weren't going to recognize the Pope, because fundamentally in Christianity and in Catholicism, the Pope is infallible, and everything he's done is that is directed by God.